see it all. Cameras to capture your image at City Hall. Realize they listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to y'all. Strength is the army that bands against bands of dead presidents, determined the life of mankind of cancerous. How we breathe vapors, green got us blinking in streets like cheap paper. Assemble the masses, melt the plastic, crawl down, realign when the shit gets drastic. Lift the veil when the systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. Systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. Systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. Systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. Systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. Systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. Systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket.
not leave me. I love you. I hate you. I love you.
I hate you.
I love you. Hate you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Hate you. Love you. Hate you. Love you. Hate. 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 Love you. If you leave, I will. Better yet, I will kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you.
not work. I have to push it forward for. No, I can only hear the white noise when I push it forward. It's like if I let go, it's gone.
Yeah, it's weird. That needs to
So
be like...
that, yeah. Like I can try and balance it. That's
Could we just try it again then?
It does work. It's like I say. You've got to sort of push it forward to be able to do it.
I'm thinking just like ramming something in.
I can like scrunch some paper to do it. Oh dear. Okay. We're gonna say the rel. We're gonna say the rel aggressive.
Oh, I cut out for
Just go onto the chat. Go onto the WhatsApp chat. I want to send a voice. Go on the WhatsApp chat. I want to send a voice message. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gfinity. We're gonna have a really aggressive game right now. Go. Do you want me to just lead it? Hiya. Do you have maps or? Oh, you've got them. Okay.
Cables. The way they've done it on the Genesis, you can see that, but they fit it under their jacket.
Oh, I kind of like loop it over. Yeah. My little strap.
Oh, right, okay. I'm on with Bryce, he's sick.
So I'm okay.
Oh, where's
So I'm
the...
at the end.
Oh,
So
we'll
I've got-
see.
I'm game
What's
off
game number
game.
3? I think that's Optic, you know. Me and Bryce do an Optic.
Nice. Are these the maps, or was this just your notes, Phil?
They're not my notes.
Oh, those are the maps. Okay. Detroit.
All right.
Oh yeah, I got them
What
right.
is it?
Yeah, we've got a copy of them in our thing. I didn't know if they would be the right ones.
Oh, is it cool?
Yeah. Cool. I've got one. Thanks. Cheers. Yeah. Thank you though. Yeah. Nice one. Thank you.
Huh?
What happens? So worst case scenario, is it just one of us that'll have to?
Come on.
Come on, Jay.
It was working fine before.
Yeah.
Just shove that in. That'll do.
I'll just hold it. Yeah. This is weird. How?
I like the other one.
Yeah, the other one's
Where's the other
so
pad?
simple.
It was just A, B.
Yeah, three buttons. Clickety click.
Yeah, that's sound
that's
that.
perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I dropped my phone again while I was shopping,
Joking.
and it smashed.
You joking?
Like, luckily, the hello. Luckily,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Call of Duty Summer Championship. My name is Rel. I'm being joined here by Momo, and we're going to be kicking things off here on the Challenger stage with a really, really great game. I know I'm looking forward to it, but before we even get into any of that, let's talk a little bit about Gfinity. $100,000 on the line here.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously $100,000. It's not all about the money, but wow, I mean, the prize pool just keeps going up and up and up every single Gfinity. It's great to be a part of it from the start, me and yourself, Rel. But it's just, it's exciting to see. And I mean, like you said, we've got IGI and Elevate, the first game of the day. But it's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, let's talk a little bit about what to expect from this tournament itself. So we've talked a little bit about the money there, but it's going to be best of 5 series the whole way through.
Yes.
Apart from the grand final, which is great. We've got those initial group stages, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But for now, I want a bit of an overview of what to expect for the weekend.
Absolutely. So just run you through it quickly here. Obviously, we'll have the remainder of the group stages on Saturday, live knockout stage draw, and a special announcement, so do stay tuned throughout the weekend, guys. As well, going into Sunday, you'll have all the finals, quarter, semi, and grand, to say the least, and again, another Pro League tournament announcement. So stay tuned the whole weekend, stay with us. It's going to be exciting. Some of the things that we've got lined up for you guys is very, very special, so stay tuned with us. But just a whole weekend of Call of Duty, it doesn't get any better than this, right?
Oh yeah, with amazing teams. And what we want you guys to do back at home is get involved with this. Be sure to be tweeting the hashtag #SummerChamps. Let us know your thoughts, your predictions, what you want to see, what you want to happen, because we will be getting involved with all of you. And it's just great to get involved with the actual event itself for you viewers back home.
Yeah, and what I do want to have a look at is the prize pool.
Yes.
How it's broken down. You guys can obviously see the format itself. That goes through on the screen as well. You can have a quick read through. But the prize pool is what I'm interested in. The champions will be taking home $50,000. The rest of the $50,000 will be split with the remaining 7 of the top 8 teams. So you get 25,000, 10, 5, and 2.5.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of that is on your screen now. So yeah, I mean, it's just... It's interesting to see how it's split. I mean, obviously the champions taking away the large majority, Rel.
This is it, because what that means is every single team that qualifies from the group stages is placing in the money. So
Absolutely.
really, this first hurdle, these group stages, are the really important ones. And I mean, speaking of the groups, let's have a look and see who's going to be going head-to-head. Remember, the group format is going to be, it's kind of going to be a double elimination bracket, so you've effectively got to win 2 games to qualify. But there's some tough competition in these groups, Momo.
Absolutely. We're going to quickly run through them for you guys here. We've got Optic Gaming, the Giants of North America here in Group A, and leading that squad, you've got a Hyper Games, obviously French team, chucked into the mix there. Group B, you've got obviously FaZe. They've really stepped up in North America, and actively rivaling Optic Gaming as well. You've got Infused and the Italians there. Being chucked into the mix as well. Group C is an all-American UK battle.
Yeah.
So, whether it's going to be a UK coming out on top, you've got the likes of Epsilon, Elevate as well in there. And then finally, Group D, you have got Optic, Nation, Vitality, TCM, and Spirit Gaming all the way from Spain. One thing I do want to point out, Rel, is TCM there. It has the American flag. How do you feel about that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's strange to see it. That's my only kind of comment on there, because we're so used to TCM as being one of these champions of the European scene, if you like.
Yes.
But, of course, now featuring TP and Aches, 2 of the most well-recognised professional American gamers, really going to bring a lot to the table. They are struggling a little bit in the MLG Pro League at the moment. But, they're currently going 2-7, 11 out of 12. But it's a different ball game when they compete in an event.
Absolutely. I mean, when you got the likes of TP and Aches, when they put them in the LAN event environment, it's just incredible. Yeah. Then you've got Jerd and Moose on the back, and hopefully today will work. But we've got so much to give. I mean, hopefully they'll turn up on the day in TCM. We could see them breaking through.
All right, well, let's have a look at the Friday fixtures anyway, guys. And this is a really good guide for you if you would just want to take a few notes of these to see what's going to be going on throughout today. So on this Challenger stage, you're going to be seeing Team Elevate go head-to-head with IGI eSports. But over on main stage, Epsilon will be going up against Rise Nation. Another great game. So much to choose from, really. If you want to set up 2 streams side by side, feel free if you want to capture all the action. But yes, I mean, you can just see the caliber of each team going head-to-head. And what's quite important is every single team will get 1 game today.
Yes, and that's the main thing. Everyone getting a bit of practice in. This is basically a 3-day LAN event. You've got Friday, Saturday, and then Championship Sunday, but we're kicking it off on the Challenger stage. Myself and Rel will be bringing you all the action from IGI versus Elevate. It's going to be exciting to say the least. We're excited to bring the hype here today. Hope you guys are at home. Rel, I mean, just tell me a little bit about, obviously, the whole situation right now.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's kind of like a David versus Goliath a match we've got here. Team Elevate, they're coming from the Championship League of the European competitive scene, so they're not even in the top league. They are, however, second place in that league, having not lost a single game, but they're going up against Elevate, 4th in the MLG Pro League, with a very impressive 7-3 win-loss. They've won 3 2Ks as a team. They've won 2 5Ks as a team. The team has jumbled
really
since then,
gelling together.
I mean, this is it. When you look at it on paper, Elevate are the stronger side.
For sure.
And the players that we have in these teams, we've got the likes of Classic and Slasher from Phase 2, huge slayers, the world champion Replays objective player. And when you look at the flip side of that, we've got IGI, we've got 2 legends of the scene in Sours and Vapes, but arguably not the players that they used to be, teaming up with upcoming stars such as Liam and Cambo. So you've got to favour Elevate going into this. There's no other way about that. However, it's an American side going up against the UK side that have never met before, so you don't know what's going to happen.
And these UK players must know a little bit about these American players, how they play. Let's have a quick run through of the maps that they will be playing today. That's going to start with Hardpoint Detroit, Search and Destroy Riot, Biolab, Uplink, and again, if it goes to it, it's a best of 5, Capture the Flag, Solar, and Search and Destroy on Recovery. Now, we always love a game number 5, round number 11. Hopefully that's what we will be bringing you today. But, you know, like Rel said, the favourites going into this are Elevate. That is without a question of doubt. Some people have backed these as their dark horse for the tournament. You know, the likes of, the stacked roster that they have is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's just going to be great to see what actually happens here. It's surely going to be fireworks here. Detroit Hardpoint being the first map. Very fast-paced map.
Oh, yeah.
One of my personal favourites. I like to think I'm a good player on it. I know I'm not. But if there's any map that I think I can do well on, it's Detroit Hardpoint. So it's great to see how the professional players compete when they go head-to-head.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to be jumping on board straight away as soon as those guys are ready. They're setting up all the classes. They're making sure, they have everything down to a T. Whether it's their exosuits or, the grenades or anything, it has to be spot on. We're going to jump into the action straight away. Rel, who do you want to kick it off with straight away?
Well, I'm going to give IGI a bit of a shout here because I want to see how, as I say, the legends of the scene in Sours and Vapes are going to perform right off the blocks. We'll start off with Sours, with the captain in IGI itself, and see how well he can do. But yeah, Detroit Hardpoint, a great game to start things off here today. Yeah,
this is a map which is, and a game mode as well, which is a bit of a fan favourite. So it's good to see. It's good to see kind of kicking it off the whole weekend, if you like, with a good start. Like you said, let's jump on board with someone from IGI. Let's jump on board with Sours, see what he's doing. He's rocking the ASM1, does has those stun grenades in hand as well, which is good to see.
Yeah, and we're going to see great things from it. It's going to be great talking to you, of course, Momo, being an ex-professional gamer yourself. You've competed on Advanced Warfare. We're going to be getting some great insight from the analysts as well. But you, more so than me, will know exactly how these players are playing this out. So starting straight away with Sours, this big, heavy push towards Garage.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see he's playing that role where, yes, he is getting involved. He's got an ASM1, but he's not straight on the hill. He's not playing that objective. And I like that. And straight away, you see IGI with a 10-point lead.
Yeah, straight away going for that Atlas Cube right in the center and bringing the fight now to Elevate. Elevate doing some great slaying work there. Classic with a huge 3-piece. Makes it the 4th as well. And Classic doing all the slaying right now. We're going to stay on board with him as he provides that support and fire, making it very easy for Elevate to secure points.
Yeah, Classic was on fire there. Not only a 3-piece, backed it up with a 4 as well. And you can see here his teammates are supporting him. They're going to tie the game at 14 apiece there. Actually taking the lead for the first time. We're only in the first minute of the game, but already we've seen some top plays.
Oh, man. This team, Slacked, Slasher, and Classic, such heavy slayers, and you're seeing that so early on now. We're going to stay on board with Slacked. Replays, he's the guy that's going to be doing the dirty work, though. He's pushing into the objectives, arguably getting in the unfavourable positions in order for his team to take the victory. Such an integral part of this team, and that's why he was a Call of Duty World Champion.
Exactly. And, he's not selfish at all. He's one of those players which will just play for the W at the end of the day. Slack, you can see here, is a no-nonsense slayer with this ASM1. He doesn't care who he's shooting him and where he's shooting being from. You could see him there just being shot in the back, and it doesn't even twitch, just carries on. Currently 6-3 for his team, doing really good work.
Well, it was a very promising start by IGI, but they have taken the foot off the gas here a little bit. We're going to see what Vapes can do. He's found himself in the hardpoint area, trying to claw back some of these points. And you know what? IGI are doing a great job here. Vapes has stayed alive for quite some time. You can see his teammates, if you look on the minimap, really surround this hardpoint area. And IGI fighting right back into this.
Yeah, Vapes getting those scrap points, and it's really important. Brings his team within a 10-point gap of Elevate themselves. Elevate are going to set up, you can see on the minimap there, on that garage hardpoint, which Vapes is actually trying to break the spawns for here, just to kind of break it down for you. You want to be holding this back, this back kind of garage area, this statue. Vapes has done that great in a way to break that, but it looks like the teammates of Elevate have backed him up, and it is going to go to a tie game in just a second.
Alright, well, it's actually Harley who is on that hardpoint area, and IGI do take the lead. I've got to say, they are heavy underdogs going into this, but Elevate are struggling now. Elevate had a massive rampage there on that middle Atlas Cube hardpoint, but you can just see IGI slowly clawing this back. I've got to say, though, Elevate really taking control.
Yeah, Classic with a fantastic three-piece there. Slasher backing him up for the fourth, really gaining control. Again, it is a tie game right now, but I've got to say that the slaying department is all, I would say, towards Elevate. Not too much, but just in majority for them.
Yeah, very balanced, and this is exactly what I expect. If you just look at the kill-death ratios, replays there, 4-9. Of course, you know, it's not the kill-death spread you want to be going for, but there's very good reason for that. He's not a challenger. He's not engaging in the gunfights that are going to produce those kills. He's unfortunately the guy that's just got to sit there and take the flak. And as you can see him just cleaning up those final points, it will be Elevate who do advance in the lead once more, and straight away getting over to that rotation. Sour's on it first, though.
Yeah, you can just see Elevate just taking the lead a little bit here, going into the 4th minute of the game. However, Slasher on your screens, ASM1 in hand. He's going to use the stun grenades, and I like the fact that, that both teams are using these stun grenades, really kind of putting a stop towards the rushes, and really kind of putting some control under the kills. And wow, Slasher just once again, another three-piece there for Elevate.
My goodness, and there's the 4. Slasher completely cleaning up all of IGI as they fall to the hands of him. An X-phase player so dominant with his slaying ability, proving that straight away here at Gfinity.
Absolutely, but you can see the hardpoint actually went in favour of IGI despite that 4-piece there. Let's see what they can do.
Here we go, Classic, very tediously, just teetering into that hardpoint area. Is going to have to branch out, though. Now his teammate is going to clean up those final 5 points, but they need to get on the rotation as soon as possible. It's going to be in school. It's the final hardpoint rotation of the first half.
Yeah, you can see here, Elevate just breaking that 100-point mark, which is a bit of a, you know, a milestone within the game, which is something they'll be happy they've hit here. However, Sour's breaking in, changed his setup to some frag grenades there. He's going to break in with the 2-piece. He's going to try and control that, but does get shut down there by Slasher.
Yeah, some great work from Sour's, actually really just throwing himself straight in there fearlessly. Vapes following up, though, and you can see this hill has been under contest for such a long duration. It does look like Elevate is slowly going to gain control of it, though, and it's going to make it even more difficult now for IGI to breach.
Absolutely, Classic on your screens. He's got to put some damage down on the IGI camp here, pushing out, not only securing the hard point, and bam! Harley is taken down straight away there.
There we go. Classic does get shut down. Still, though, it does favour Elevate. Vapes finally does manage to find himself on the hard point, but immediately gets shut down as Replays and Slack combined. Unfortunately, Replays with a team kill really opening things up for IGI, but not enough time left on that clock.
Yeah, I mean, Replays really, if anyone needs to step this up, I mean, Slash are really putting the slaying, you know, department down. Classic, you know, doing everything his team needs, but I'd say Replays just needs to step it up a little bit, but for now, his teammates are keeping him in the game.
Okay, well, here we go now with Harley, 18-20, almost neutral on that kill death spread, and I've got to say, each player really holding their own here, I guess, for IGI. Vape slacking a little bit in the kill department, but just cast your eyes over to Elevate now and look at Slacked, Classic, and Slasher combined. Each one of those in a really good position to actually each individually break a 40 bomb.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that it's definitely doable. Sours, he's trying to say no to that, though. He's taking the control of the hard point here in the middle. Gonna have to reload whilst his teammates back him up.
Here we go now, trying to find the enemy, and it's going to be Sours getting shut down very early on. Vapes is all alone here in school, and he needs to engage, he needs to get himself stuck into the action. Vapes pushing in and actually sweeping around the back. He's given up with only 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone for the rotation there. Wise thing to do. He's going to try and get control. You can see here, actually, one of the players from Elevate is going to get taken down. Vape's going to get traded there. Slack's really working that to his favour, and that's going to go in favour, I believe, of IGI. But no, Elevate answering back with a few kills themselves, and surely they're going to take control.
Well, here we go. Classic. Great reflexes there. Again, that kill feed, very Elevate dominated. Cambo trying to do something about it. I want to see a bit more of Cambo because, as I say, you know, he's not so much a newcomer. He's been present in the competitive European scene for quite some time and achieved fairly good placements as well. But relative to his counterpart teammates, not as established. But here we go. He's trying to get fired up now as we go into green.
Absolutely. Still on board with Cambo. Still alive. Making the most of this. There's 25 points left on this hard point, and he needs to get every single point. He's not going to do that. Replay's actually making an important two-piece there, and Harley trying to answer back.
Well, Harley is going to get shut down once more. There is still the opportunity for IGI to get back into this, but that lead is just getting bigger and bigger, and Elevate starting to look more comfortable as the game goes on. I've got to say, I think they've found the feet now. A bit of a shaky start by them, but certainly stepping things up.
Yeah, Replay's getting back on his feet. I mean, he's nearly neutral again. He had a bit of a shaky start of the tournament. You can get those little bit nerves. Obviously, they've come a long way to play this game. However, they're in the group stages at the moment. If there's a time where you're not going to have the best of the maps, Probably now is a good time to do that and get that out of the way. But with 2 minutes 30 shortly left on the clock here, it is looking all in favour of Team Elevate.
Oh yeah, and it's got to be such a good motivational boost here to win your first group game. As I say, only 2 required to advance into that single elimination bracket on Sunday, and that would also guarantees some prize money as well. So a lot riding on this first game of the day.
Absolutely, and Harley locking things down really, really well. Newcomer to the scene here, and he's going to get taken down. Answering back a trade-off there. All goes down in Garage. It looks like it's going to go in favour of Elevate with 3 plays. Slack, Slasher, and Replays all gaining some points.
Here we go. Slasher now. Very, very clever play, actually. He could have quite easily committed to that kill, but he did switch things up, managed to secure one on his flank, and again, that lead looking so dominant now. You can see it's still Elevate players who are in that hardpoint area. Slacked is controlling it. It's gonna switch, and surprise, surprise, Elevate are right on it once more.
Absolutely. Slack's currently on a 5-kill streak. He's got 10 captures to his name, and he's 3 kills off his 40 bomb. This is an incredible performance from Slacked. I'd like to just jump on board with him for a second, if that's alright with you, Rel. Let's see what he's up to.
Yeah, I mean, you can see 10 captures. He's obviously playing a lot of objective work here, throwing himself in once more, finds a second kill, almost finds the third, but he does get shut down by Cambo there. What I love about IGI is they are not giving up. They are fighting right to the end.
Absolutely, and Slack there does hit his 40 bomb. However, you can see it is not over. Cambo actually pulling off a 3-piece himself. They need every single point, Rel.
You know what? It is actually mathematically
he's
impossible
gone.
now. There's no way that IGI can bring this back. They can only reduce that deficit, almost just to ease the pain of such a dominant performance by Elevate. This is a best of 5, though, right? They've dropped the first map. That doesn't mean they're out of this.
No, absolutely not. I mean, hardpoint, we've seen the North American, giants come over and dominate so much in the respawn in past years. And I think you can just safely say, they have come up and they've shown themselves. 2 40 bombs on their team. They've just outslayed the team here from IGI. Fair play, Elevate. They've done what they needed to do.
Yeah, not really much more that can be said on that matter. It's going to end with a very dominant lead. I suppose the only question we've got to ask ourselves now is, are Elevate going to be able to close this out with a 250-point victory? It's certainly looking that way with 30 seconds left. They could do this. It looks like they're actually going for the kills now. Classic is just going to sit tight, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see here, trying to get his 50 bomb. I think he's not going to make that. 45 kills for Slasher. His teammates obviously all hitting great numbers. Replays having a bit of a shaky game. Obviously the objective player getting himself stuck in a little bit more.
Well, there we go. 10 seconds left. Are they going to be able to close this out with a 250-point victory? They are not, but it's going to be a dominant victory nonetheless as the first map ends 246 points to 180. A very strong performance there by Elevate, and as I say, I can see those guys at the top seed in the group. I can see them actually earning that top seed rightfully and going through as the first placing team.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, with that said, a few of the casts, obviously, we've made our predictions. Some people have put the dark horses Elevate. The talent purely on this squad, yes, they've not played with each other for a very, very long time. When you've got the likes of Optic and other teams that have. But these players are all very, very talented, and if they gel on the day, they can pull something big off. Yeah,
and just a little note actually in the scoreline there. What I like to do is just see what the halfway mark was. So at the 5-minute mark, it was 130 to 90 in favour of Team Elevate. It finished 246 to 180, so it went from a net point difference of 40 to 66. And I guess my point here is Elevate actually slowed down towards the end of that game. They had a very shaky first couple of minutes, I would say, but the 3 to 5 minute gap is where they really showed their true strength. And that's where they really punched through. Maybe they just eased off towards the end because they knew they guaranteed the win anyway.
Maybe.
But that's certainly something that IGI need to be aware of. They can take advantage of the fact that Elevate do kind of slow down. They burn themselves out almost.
Yeah, obviously, Hardpoint is a game where you've got to last the whole 10 minutes. You've got to go full force. Communication's got to be on point. We're going to be going into a completely different game now.
Yes.
Now, this is Search and Destroy. You've got, 1 life per round, first to 6. We're going to guide you through every single round. But this is, you've got to be a lot more careful. You can't just go running and dashing out. So a lot more strategy goes into this realm.
Yeah, and we can see the scoreboard actually on the screen here, so just having a brief look at that. Everyone doing really well, but let's give it up for Slasher and Slacked here. 1.59 kill-death ratio for Slasher.
There you go.
1.48 for Slacked, and both of them putting huge figures up in that kill department. Particularly Slack needs to gain the credit here with 11 captures, I've got to say.
Yeah, when you break in 7,500 points, that's
crazy.
just incredible itself.
So big plays from him. Certainly one to watch in the rest of this tournament, I would say as well, because this is a good good taste, this is good flavour as how these are going to perform when they go up against other opponents. And this is, the brilliance of the group stage play and then the single elimination play is, you separate the men from the boys, so to speak. Slowly these teams will be whittled down and you are left with the strongest teams at the end. Absolutely.
And, the group stages, like you said, this is where, you separate the boys from the men. And, looking at the scoreboard as well, I know we touched on obviously Elevate there, but just reverting back a little bit to IGI, I mean, all of them, going negative. We saw Harley nearly breaking positive. However, let's kick it off. Search and Destroy is going to be Riot, Rel. This is going to be interesting. Obviously, we see these dominant A pushes down that right-hand side. Will we see something flipped up? I'm just excited to get into it. And we're going to kick it off this time with Elevate.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the attacking team.
At the attacking side, because, the attacking side can generally provide the more aggressive gameplay, and that's arguably the more entertaining. So we'll stay on board with the attacks. It also keeps things balanced throughout as well. And, Riot as a map for Search and Destroy, you don't play this on any other game mode, so Search and Destroy is the only time you can really practice it. And I've got to say, Momo, it scares me. This isn't personally my strongest map, and this is for the exact reason why. You can see Slasher here is going to be using the sniper rifle. He's got the more single shot. And I'm not very good against snipers. There's no other way of saying it. Because when you get a sniper, when you get such a talented sniper, I'm almost hopeless, and that's exactly what Slasher is.
Yeah, Slasher is using all-in-out sniper as well. He's using a pistol. He's not using overkill, which is good to see. Some people in the competitive scene will be happy with. However, I'm sure if you flicked over to replays, I'd be very shocked if he wasn't using a sniper, which he isn't. He's proving me wrong. Replays have been, known for his sniping ability, especially on this map. He's made some ridiculous clutches. However, Slash does actually get taken down there. Harley making the first pick. Harley actually making the second. Oh, wow. He actually was the one player nearly breaking positive on the hardpoint, already kicking off with 2 kills here on Search and Destroy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Harley really performing well here, and things are looking great now for IGI to take the first round, and that is going to be it. 3 still alive, and very clinical as well. Harley, as you said, Momo, really performed. The first kill that we actually saw him get was this amazing reflex snipe.
Yeah. You can see there, again, the sniper is so dominant on this map. You've got those long-range sights on this left-hand side, or right if you're on the attacking side, of course. But will we see the same from them here? IGI, will they change things up? Will they go to B? Let's jump on board. Let's stick with Harley. Let's see what he's doing. Maybe he's still using that sniper. Whether he'll change things up, I'm not too sure.
Well, yeah, I want to say this is going to be the Harley versus Slasher show, right? We've got 2 Moors going head-to-head. Harley's in position. He's got the thermal scope on there, and he's just biding his time, waiting for someone, but nobody has actually pushed that way. This is a really interesting play from Elevate, actually.
Yeah, wow, Replay's actually picking up 2 kills straight away. That's not going to be good for them. He's going for his third. Has picked up a few hit markers. He's going to pick that up, surely. No, his teammate Slacked actually backed him up. I love that play from Slacked, how he came in there, supported his teammate, and that levels things up at 1 apiece here on Search Destroy Riot.
Oh, yeah, shaky shooting there from Replays, actually. It was quite...
he did pick up 2 kills. I think he was just maybe trying to get that third himself.
Yeah.
But
Hipfire didn't pay off, but Slacked finishing things off there and bringing things back 1 apiece, tying things up now. So both the attacking sides have actually lost. It's the defensive teams that are winning so far.
Yeah, and let's see if that will continue here as Elevate go on the attacking side. Will be the bomb carry. It's going to be Classic. It looks like they're going to make a B push, so this is going to be interesting.
Okay, well, here we go. Straight through the middle here. Classic signaling the alarm, and they go head-to-head now. Replays with the first blood against Vapes, and Classic ever so narrowly escapes.
Yeah, Classic kind of just dived out there and just threw a random grenade. I'm not sure that was what that was for, but it's left themselves in a 3 versus 2 advantageous in their favour position. You can see here Slasher with the bomb. He's just lurking around, not sure whether to go for the plant at the moment. I think he's just going to wait for the teammates to back him up.
All right, well, he's just going to sit tight for now. Very hesitant. They do have the numerical advantage, as you say, Momo. They're only up against 2 if they can find either Harley or Sowers, which they've not been able to do. Then they could have taken that one away, but now 2 versus 1, Harley left all alone. If there's anyone that can do it for IGI, it's got to be Harley. He's on a 3-1 kill death ratio. He finds Slacked. It's 1 versus 1.
1 versus 1, Harley. Wow, he nearly picked up the 2-piece there. I think he just got that second shot off a little bit too late, and obviously the trade was made, if you like, and now 2 to 1, sorry, in favour of Elevate.
Yeah, looking really strong now. So, of course, we did see IGI pick up the first round, but that's 2 rounds back-to-back for Elevate. Classic yet to get a kill, but it's non-influential, I suppose, given that his teammates have managed to carry that Elevate banner forwards. We're going to see a little bit more of what IGI have to offer, though, now. Is there anyone else you actually want to watch here, Momo?
Let's just see what Vapes is doing. He's currently 1 and 2. I mean, I know him from previously when I played as a very aggressive SMG player, but obviously this game is completely different, and I'm glad I jumped on board with him. He does make a trade straight away. 3 versus 3. Replays diving straight into the action. Looks like he's just going to take a bit of a back pedal, though, and just slow down a little bit as his teammates put himself in a 3 versus 2.
Okay, well, Cambo is that bomb carrier here. And he's just sitting back. Harley needs to make this kill because he's up against 2. Had to at least trade there, and Cambo in real trouble now. 1 versus 3. His team could be going down 3 rounds to 1. They've spotted him. They're all charging him. He managed to find 1 kill. Great play, but just too many people for him to handle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he won the gunfight, but at the end of the day, when you've got teammates lurking around just above you on that ledge, it was Slasher, in fact, here, just backing his teammate up. There was only one outcome, and that was going to be a victory for Elevate there. They're going to take the lead in this search and destroy 3-1, and he's going to go again to the attacking team. Let's see what they can do here. Yeah,
and I suppose if you want to look at it in other ways, it's the Elevate, the Americans, that have managed to break the serve, so to speak, of IGI, and that really does put them in a great position now. 3-1 on the attack. I'm going to see what's going on with Slasher, who's really advanced quite far towards that A bomb site. Does have Classic with support. Classic not going straight for the plant, but this is a very strong push.
Yeah, with Harley taken down on that top A building, it's going to be a very easy plan here for Elevate. 4 versus 2. Vapes and Cambo are going to have to rotate round. Vapes actually making a big play there, picking up a kill on Slacked, but they have a big job to do still.
Yes, and Slash is just in a great place to defend. I'm going to get on board with Vapes. Alright, do you know what? Let's see Campbell. Let's see what he can do. He needs to find a kill. Oh, and he's in real trouble here as time ticks away. I feel so bad for Cambo. I feel like every time I've switched over to him in both of the games so far, he just gets taken down.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he's just got destroyed. We're going to see that on the final kill cam as well. Straight away, the precision of this sniper shot managing to end him.
And this is what I said about replays. I mean, he's known for his sniper shots, but there you go. Lines it up.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I suppose the confidence to actually pull that off, you know, you've got to be very gutsy to actually run around with a sniper rifle in hand to challenge SMGs, so fair play to him. 4-1 though now is the round count, and IGI in real trouble of letting this slip. They've got to win this round. They cannot go down 5-1.
Yeah, going down 5-1 and leaving in things up to 4-2, it's a completely different ball game. Cambo making that aggressive push. Teammates through the middle. Looks like they're actually going to break through here, but they need to make the right play. It is all going to be a little bit down to timing here, as there is one player from Elevate who's just backed off a little bit. Harley is going to make the first blood.
Okay, well, Cambo sitting tight there. Doesn't want to push out just yet. Vapes and Sours. Oh, and Sours in a bit of a tricky situation here. He's got to make this kill, and it's actually Classic who gets the kill with that range advantage. Really took advantage of his positioning there and read the map well. He distanced himself as much as he could from an SMG, and the sniper rifle will always win that gun battle.
Absolutely. Classic just taking out another, and it's going to be Cambo to pull off a miracle 1 versus 3 here versus Elevate. Elevate performing so well in the Search and Destroy, I've got to say.
And not only a miracle 1 versus 3, but a necessary one as well. As I say, 5-1 down on Search and Destroy against Elevate. You know, the 4th placing team currently in the MLG Pro League. It's not going to be looking good for them. Let's see what Cambo can do. He does manage to find 1. He is going to come head-to-head with a second very shortly, but he's got to actually hunt down these kills or go for the plant because time is ticking away. Only 10 seconds left on that clock now.
Absolutely. He's got the bomb in hand. He needs to go for the plant, but with a player in hand there, he's going to get taken down. It is not over yet, but they've got a huge mountain to climb. 5 rounds back-to-back they need here to even just be in with a chance of staying in this game.
Yeah, and that's you know, something to point out here is the fact that Elevate have just won 5 rounds back-to-back. IGI actually took the lead with the first round win.
Yeah.
It must have been a confidence boost after the crushing of the hardpoint game, but it's just come to nothing almost. They've not been able to really produce anything from that. Well, let's see if Elevate can close this out now. Anyone you want to watch an Elevate here?
Yeah, I mean, just jumping on board with Classic here. He's got the bomb in hand, Bal as well. I like the way he's rocking 2 exo abilities there. He's got his overclock and also his... he's got to get taken down, and wow, that's a big play.
There we go.
And that's a ballsy play there from IGI, evening things up for 5-2. If they can do that for the next 4 rounds, I tell you, you know, that's going to work for them. However, let's see if they can do it.
Well, I mean, this is it. They've got to try something different. Whatever they've been doing so far just isn't working. And I think this is a really good opportunity to just try something new and use the element of surprise to their advantage. Try an unconventional push, maybe. Get it set up in different defensive positions than they've been using, because Elevate have just been reading this game so well, and IGI haven't been able to handle it. IGI now have to win an attack.
Absolutely. So let's jump on board with Cambo. Bomb in hand. Again, this aggressive play here from IGI. Whether it's going to work against Elevate for the second time in a row, I'm not too sure, but they're going for it. Cambo does need to back off a little. Classic making the most of it with a sniper there, and the bomb's going to be left in a bit of an awkward position.
Yeah, and nobody has collected that just yet. Vapes does get shut down there by Slacked. Good grenade by him. 2 versus 4. This is necessary now. Harley and Sowers have to combine to overcome 4 of Elevate. It's going to be a very difficult ask. They should be stuck side by side, but they're separated at either side of the map.
Absolutely. Sowers, 2 versus 4 numerical advantage is in favour of Elevate, and they're going to take the map 6-2. That's a 2-0 lead straight away in the series here. Rel kicking off at the Gfinity Summit Championship. I mean, obviously, you know, this is a best of 5. They have to win 3 games back-to-back now at IGI. Are they going to be able to do it? I'm not too sure, but they can't give up now. You know, we're in the group stages.
Yeah, and Slack, by the way, breaking double digits there, 10-4 again, having an amazing game after that hard point. And I suppose he's been the one that stood out for us most. You know, he was boasting the biggest kill ratio, or the biggest kills spread at least for the hard point game, and now 10-4 in the search and destroy. And I think we've given the other players almost too much love and not really focused too much on him, with Slasher and Classic being heavy slayers. Replay's a world champion for his objective-based gameplay. But hey, what about Slacked? He's really pulling the weight here.
Yeah, I mean, Slacked and Classic, they've always been that kind of bit of a duo that's combined very well in the respawn especially. But on that search and destroy, I mean, we can see the scoreboard there on your screen. 10 kills for Slacked himself, 2.5 kill death ratio in search and destroy. What a way to start off this championship on Friday. Obviously, in these group stages, the first games they're going to be playing one tonight, and then going into obviously Saturday, they're going to be playing a lot of games, grinding out there, and then obviously that championship Sunday, which is all important.
Yeah, and this is it. I mean, Elevate here, one of the MLG Pro teams, they're going up against a second-tier EU team, if you like. They don't play in the Pro League, they play in the Championship League. That said, though, they are one of the best Championship teams. So
yeah, for sure. They haven't lost yet.
They've not lost a single game in the actual league. I believe they actually finished second place there. I know they got 2 draws, so a really strong team, and they are out of the comfort zone here. They are notably playing a stronger side.
Yeah.
And I've got to say that the hardpoint game initially, they did start off well, and there was hope for them. But since maybe the first 2 minutes of hardpoint passed, ever since then, including the search and destroy game, it's been very one-sided towards Elevate.
Yeah, I mean, that search and destroy was a bit of a steamroller. Obviously, you know, we saw actually IGI take round number 1, and whether that was just a bit of a shock to, you know, the guys on Elevate, whether it's just something that worked for IGI, you never know. But Elevate backed off, you know, they read it well, and they won, you know, round back to back to back, and I think it went to 5-1 in the end. A few rounds got traded, but we're going to go into map number 3. It is going to be Biolab Uplink. Rel, tell me a little bit about this.
Oh, BioLink, my favourite Uplink map. I love it. Just because you combine the 2 names, that's it. But yeah, no, it's a great map actually. There's long avenues actually to make the throws on this, which is quite a notable thing. Really exposed snow side. You can vault onto the green walkway to make a push onto the blue uplink center. So a lot of opportunity for both teams to score 1-point throws. Maybe not so easy to score the 2-point captures, but
yeah,
it's still very achievable. And I think that's the great thing about uplink. It doesn't really matter what map you play in. There's the opportunity to pull off some special strategy if it's been practiced well.
I think it's one of those maps with Biolab where you're absolutely right. I mean, those 1-point plays can be very easy. However, if you can lock the map down, if you can get the spawns, you can, you know, make the enemy team spawn in a certain position and control them so well. Those 2-pointers are very easy. But, I mean, I'm just going to say, on my experience of watching Uplink in general, the North American teams have been very solid at it.
Absolutely. Well, we are here on board with Slasher, who, you know, is featuring under this North American side. And just to go back to that point you've just made, the American teams are so dominant on Uplink. It's a well-known fact throughout the community.
Oh,
and the Europeans, I've got to say, have been stepping things up, but I still think are notably behind in terms of ability.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, and you can't write off the guys from Europe just yet. However, looking at that kill feed, Classic and Slasher combining there, 2 kills apiece to take down the enemy team. Replays is that objective player we all love to and no, sorry, he's got the drone in hand, so selfless. He's just going to make his way. He's actually going to make the pass. I think that's going to go straight to Slacked. He's going to go for the 2-point play. Yep. He's going to convert that, and within 1 minute of the game going ahead, we see Elevate taking the lead 2-0.
Yeah, and that's a really good teamwork, I would say, as well. And you know, Uplink as a whole, again, going back to the fact you did play competitively yourself here, Momo. What are your thoughts on this? Well, you know, it's a new addition to Advanced Warfare. Obviously, it's been played a lot by the competitive teams so far. Is this a game type that you would really back when it comes to the likes of Hardpoint and Search and Destroy? I
mean, I've got to say, I absolutely love Uplink as a spectator or as a caster or as an analyst. However, to play the game is absolutely crazy. There's and so very annoying, because the one thing that I would say is you can be winning for 9 minutes straight of the game, you know, 8-0. But if you can get a chain going on a team, you can score so many points so quickly, anything happens. Yeah. And that's the thing that I almost love as a caster, because it's just unpredictable.
Yeah, and I suppose that's the brilliance of it as well with Hardpoint, as we experienced in the first game. There does come a point where it is mathematically impossible for a team to get back into it, but you know, sometimes it comes down to the dying seconds with Uplink, really, and it's great to actually spectate and see these mammoth come back sometimes.
Yeah.
Straight back into this game anyway, though. It is Slasher who's going to be carrying that Uplink drone again, going for this conventional push now. Things have really opened up for him. A nice, neat pass there to Replace, who's easily going to convert that to a 2-point play.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is kind of the link-up play that we see from North Americans, that just because they can slay so powerfully. I mean, Classic already dropping 11 kills. They can just put these passes into play. Slasher is not slowing down. The actual talent on this lineup is ridiculous for slaying ability.
Oh, yeah, and we're seeing that, and we're probably going to see that throughout. I know a few people have tipped Elevate as being the dark horses. It's quite interesting when it comes to a dark horse. It's a team that no one's really predicting to come first, but they know they're capable of upsets, and there's no other better way of defining Elevate than that.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a team which potentially could play the likes of FaZe and Optic and really damage, challenge him.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go with Slacked up on top there of Purple. He's just swinging around. He knows that there's an enemy in his vicinity. He's going to get shut down, though, as Vapes does get the better of him.
Absolutely. Got to say, Replay's really stepping it up. Not only got 2 points on the board for his team, he's got 13 kills as well, topping the leaderboard for Elevate right now. Did have a bit of shaky Hardpoint. Steps up in Search Destroy, and it's good to see him excelling here in the uplink.
Cambo now just sitting tight behind that turret there.
That's going to go in for another 1-point play. Or should I say the first 1-point play, but another point on the board for Elevate.
I mean, this is the problem that we're seeing with IGI, really, Momo. Just simply the fact that they're not really getting anything from this game. Sure, they're making some kills. They are being outslayed anyway, but the kills are amounting to nothing. They're not making any convincing pushes at all with this uplink drone. It's just this constant defensive wall they've had to create.
Absolutely. Now, Cambo is in a position where he can obviously, you know, set up a few kills, make sure his team are in a better position, and hopefully push on with his drone. But it looks like here, himself and Harley are going to combine, and that is 3 down. Slasher's the only one alive, and Cambo is going to be in position to take him out. He's going to let him get away into the box room, and he's going to get taken down by Classic. Really good teamwork there by Elevate, actually just kind of sitting back, taking a deep breath, and just kind of progressing as they would. I mean, they got quite a good spawn, I noticed there. They spawned just outside box room, which helped them a lot. But, as you can see, Sowers is trying to answer back.
Sowers here, just staying alive, really. And again, as I say, same old story, not really producing anything from the game collectively as a team, but just doing a little bit of slaying. It's not going to be enough for them to take it. They are only, oh, that's really unfortunate by Vapes. They are only 5 points down, though, and that's something that we really do have to remember here. It will be very, very easy for IGI to get back into this game if they can get some sort of chain going. Yeah,
absolutely. Classic just performing another great 2-piece. Can he pull off 3-piece here in the last 5 seconds? Yes, he does.
Wow.
Classic. Wow. I mean, he's going to finish after he gets killed by a stun grenade on 20 and 10.
He is doing so well. So the first side there of Uplink here on Biolab is going to finish 5-0 towards the Americans, who are shutting down the UK side of IGI and expectedly having a really strong opening to this tournament on the whole. You know, when you find yourself in a position where you are leading going into the second half, obviously they've now switched sides. What do you do from here, Mo? Do you push for more points? Do you just hold back and hold on to that lead?
I think if you're on the side of Elevate, for sure, I mean, you can definitely, just slay around the drone. Don't be too aggressive. Let the other team basically make mistakes first of all, and then just capitalize on it. Extend that lead. If you can get to 6 or 8 point lead, then you're laughing.
So it's almost this counter play.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Elevate, I'd go, sit around the drone a little bit, slay like they're doing. They picked up 3 kills. Why not pick up the drone, push forward a little bit? This is exactly what they're doing, exactly what I'm saying, kind of thing, as I'm talking through it. And they're going to progress now and just keep slaying as they know, as they can. I mean, look at Classic. He's just got a free roam around the base of the enemy team.
And I suppose Classic's going to... Oh, I thought he was going to make that the third, and there it is. A very impressive 3-piece. Continuing this rampage, though. He's on a 5 streak at the moment, still alive, and there are enemies very close by. Is he going to manage to find another? Ew, and he's just about going to get him.
He must have seen that last player as well. He's got to make
my goodness.
He's on a 7 kill streak right now. He's on fire.
This is crazy to watch. Still alive there, just regenerating some health and just being such a nuisance. And all the time we've been so carried away with this slaying ability that it's actually now 9-0 towards Elevate.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you've got to say that I mean, the slaying ability just enabled his team to just kind of pass that drone up, extend the lead. And this is what I said. I mean, they're doing everything that they need to do. They're not putting too much pressure on it. They're just slaying around. And as you can see, every single player, bar actually Slack, surprisingly, is negative, but I don't know how. But Classic and Replays, just putting up the numbers.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to get over that play from Classic there. So dominant, as we can see, the same sort of area that Replays is sitting here, causing such a nuisance. Replays is going to get shut down quite early, but now the scoreline 11-0 in favour of Elevate.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of reflecting on that scoreboard, I mean, I'm almost ruling this game off, and I know I should never do that, as we said. Anything can happen, and Harley actually picking up a 2-point kill, a 2-point drone capture there, as I say that, but Classic 30 kills. He's got more kills than both Slash and Slack combined. Yeah,
and that really does show something, doesn't it? His slaying has been off the chart so far. I'm very excited to see what Elevate can do later in this tournament. Here we go with Sours, though. IGI not giving up yet. They have to win this uplink game. They've no other choice, or it's going to be a 3-0 defeat for them in the group.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at the group stages, we know how important it is. You have to win those, first games just to, progress into that, that upper bracket, if you like. Those championship Sundays that you want to be playing in for the big money. Can IGI pull off a miracle comeback?
Let's see. Let's actually watch IGI and see what they can do here. We can see Harley decides to go for the 1-point play. Unfortunately, that uplink drone is going to miss. It is going to actually reset. Yeah, it is very unfortunate. It would have only been 1 point to their credit, but they need every point they can get.
As you can see here, Sour's trying to be a nuisance here in the blue room. Isn't going to get much of it. 2 minutes left on the clock. Cambo, as he's running out of bullets here, he's going to go after a knife, and this is only going to end one way, and that is him on the floor without a life.
Out for the count. Yep. 11-2 scoreline will remain. And, let's just have a bit... I'm going to expand the map just very briefly here so you can see what's going on around this uplink drone. And interestingly, not many of the Americans are nearby. They're just trying to get to it, though. As you said, Momo, trying to delay the pull of it.
Yeah, like Slasher now, he doesn't need to pull this drone. He can just sit back, pick up a few kills, and when he's in a position and his team is in a position to do so, he can excel and do that. However, does get taken down. That was a great shot there by Cambo, I've got to say. But 1 minute 20 left on the clock. I'm not sure if this is possible, but Vapes is not giving up yet.
Vapes is going to have to do something here. Did try and get rid of that uplink drone so he could engage with his gun, but just not enough time to do so. Replays with a 2-piece. It is going to be Classic who picks up the drone and just kind of very slowly edging his way towards the uplink center now. Probably is going to go for the throw. There's nobody to stop this. That's a well-timed throw, and that is going to be another point for Elevate. Yeah,
I mean, not even a player trying to intercept, or not even a player kind of set up. I mean, it's really sloppy play here from IGI, and I'd expect more, really. I mean, yes, you're coming up against North American Giant, but you've got to have those basic setups, and this is what IGI are lacking right now.
Well, here we go with Replays. 3 kills to the better for Elevate. Make that 4, and you can see just as a team, the kill feed once again so dominated. Replays trying to chase him with the knife. Really unfortunate, actually, not to connect.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should have finished that, but in the process of him picking up that 3-piece, or near 3-piece, they've extended their lead once again. It is going to be in favour of Elevate. A clean sweep here for their first game at the Summer Championships. Gfinity 3-0. They're going to finish that uplink at 14-2 unless something crazy can happen in the last 10 seconds, which I'm not too sure it will.
Yep, and just such a dominant performance, really, from them as a team. I'm very, very impressed. Of course, we know that they're a strong team anyway. It's actually kind of finished 14-4, a bit of a consolation carry capture there for IGI.
Oh, it did. They did do something crazy.
So, 14-4 is the final scoreline. Quite interestingly, it's a net gain of 5 on each side of the map. That was the net gain per side. So, Consistent play, once again, from Elevate. They changed the game strategy going into that second side. They did, as you say, just go for counter play as opposed to aggressive play to get that early lead, and they pulled it off. They did just as good, whichever game style they adopt.
Absolutely, and you've got to say, looking at the kill feed there, 1.94 kill death ratio for replays, 1.8 for classic. Huge numbers, but all in all, Uplink is a team-based game, and they just came out on top purely because of the way they played and communicated, I'd say.
Yeah, so great plays there by Elevate. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to have a little bit of a look in this group and see what we can actually expect for the rest of these guys, because we've got Epsilon, EU, and Rise Nation as well in the same group. That game is actually taking place on the main stage at the moment there. You might be able to catch the dying moments of it if it is still continuing, or you may already know the score, but this is all the Group C games that are taking place today, and it's just every team is playing one game today. That's how it's working, so they've all got a bit of a flavour, and it'll give you an idea of the standings of how the groups are going to go.
Basically, they're going to be playing at the same time. Obviously, the first games that have kicked off here on the Challenger stage is Elevate and IGI, that's Group C. Parallel to that on the main stage as well, Group C, Epsilon and Rise will be playing. Next couple of games that will be coming to you will be Infuse versus Team Caliber on the main stage, but staying here on the Challenger stage, you're going to have the FaZe Clan coming up against Liquid Gaming. That's going to be interesting to say the least, Rel.
Oh yeah, the Italians going up against FaZe, who are recent champions, very, very dominant. And as you said, whilst it was almost a one-horse race in terms of competitive Call of Duty, Optic were just dominating everything, but now FaZe have this squad of very, very dangerous teams. We've got Attach, Enable, Clayster, and Zuma. We've got 2 world champions in there. Enable, who has featured under the Optic lineup, and Zuma, I don't want to call him an upcoming star because he's been well established for a while.
He's been very, very consistent at the top. I mean, I've always rated him as a player. You've seen him with the ASM1. He's just crazy when he gets on form, and I think that is what the other players, and I think Clayster's brought out in Zuma.
Exactly.
And his form is just on point right now.
Yeah, so that's going to be really good to see. They're going up against Liquid, which is Pibbo, Duke, Kolga, and Donny. They've represented internationally themselves, some of those players for Italy as well, so they do have that international experience, and arguably the strongest team that Italy could have produced in order to compete in this tournament. So a lot coming your way. You can choose which game you want to watch on main stage or challenger stage, but this has been the Call of Duty Summer Championship here. Do not go anywhere. We are going to go to a very quick break, but we'll be right back with you with some more Call of Duty action.